My name is Daniel. I was just a young man when the great King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon came against my homeland, Judah. The city of Jerusalem was destroyed, and my people were carried away into exile. I was among those chosen to be taken to Babylon. From that day, my life would never be the same. I remember the fear and confusion I felt as I was dragged away from my home, my family, and everything I knew. Babylon was a land of idols and strange customs, and we, the captives, were taken to serve in the king's palace. Nebuchadnezzar had chosen some of the best and brightest from Judah, young men like myself who were healthy and wise, and I was one of those selected. Along with my 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, we were brought to the king's court to be trained in the language and ways of the Babylonians. But I had made a decision. Even in this foreign land, I would remain true to the God of my ancestors. When the king's officials offered us food from his royal table, I knew I could not eat it. This food had been prepared in ways that violated the laws of my God, and it had likely been offered to idols. I could not defile myself in this way. So I asked the chief official if we could eat only vegetables and drink water. I wanted to honor God, but I also prayed for his favor. The official hesitated. He feared we would look weak compared to the other young men in the court, but I asked him to test us for 10 days. If we looked worse than the others, then he could do what he thought was best. After 10 days, we looked healthier, stronger, and more capable than any of the other young men in the king's service. God had honored our faithfulness. The official agreed to let us continue eating only vegetables and drinking water, and we thrived. But God did not stop there. He gave us understanding and wisdom far beyond what we could have hoped for. In every area of knowledge, including the king's language and literature, we were 10 times wiser than all the other young men who had been trained. When the king tested us, he was amazed by our insight and wisdom, and he appointed us to serve in his palace. King Nebuchadnezzar was impressed, but I knew that this favor came not from my own strength, but from God. Even in a foreign land, where it seemed like everything was against us, God was with us, and he showed his faithfulness. This was only the beginning of my journey. Little did I know how much God would use me in the coming days, but I had learned a powerful lesson. Wherever we are, and no matter how dark the world may seem, God is faithful to those who trust in him.